Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear brother. The message that he sent to me reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi. How are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? So I have done a lot of things in my life, but this secret that I am about to share with you, I have carried this secret for many years, and I have been hiding behind the mask of a man who is grieving. Whenever I propose love to a woman, I always tell that person that it is because I am grieving for my wife. That is why I can't give you all of my heart. But the reason as to why, it is because my snake has not yet showed me the woman that I am supposed to get married to next. So when I arrived in Harare, I did a lot of terrible stuff. I used to be a thief, but I was working mainly at the rank in Mbare. So we used to take advantage of the elderly that will be traveling from the villages coming to Harare. Maybe it might be for the first time, but after that, that was when I got involved in a lot of rituals. That was when I got involved in a lot of rituals. I never thought that I'll be the type of a man to walk that kind of a path of death and sacrifice, rituals and rituals. I thought that once you perform a money-making ritual, then you stop. There is a point whereby everything needs to stop. But with money-making rituals, you need to keep on performing these sacrifices for the rest of your life. Otherwise, the tokoloshis will beat you up. Once you taste the money that comes with it, there is no turning back. It goes straight to your mind. It all started in 2014. My wife, Umauko Rutendo, she was a good woman, a loyal, kind, and always by my side. But deep down, I was never satisfied with the life that we were living, all because we were struggling financially, and no matter how hard I was working, it always felt like something was truly missing, and I wanted more. To tell you the truth, I wanted more and more money and more power. That was when I heard about a man who could change my fate. The reason as to why I agreed to perform those rituals, there was an operation that was going on at that time, and as you know, that prison here in Zim, it is not nice at all. Once you go to prison, you are going to suffer. So some of our gang members, they had been arrested and they were rotting in prison. Some, they were still in the holding cells. That was when I made that decision after one of my friends had told me that he had spoken with one of his uncles since his mom was from Zambia. So he was still in communication with his mom's relatives that were in Zambia. That was when he said that he wanted to go there because his uncle had told him about this other man. So I was introduced to that traditional healer who said that he had no problem. He could meet us either in Zim or we could go to Zambia. And I was introduced to a man whom I will call Sekuru Kandoro, not his real name. He was a traditional healer who was based in a village there in Chirundu. His name, Brother Nashi. When we arrived there, all that we had to do was to ask about Sekuru Kandoro, and then people immediately said, "Oh, you are here for him. Do not even worry." It seemed as if people in that village, they knew about his powerful rituals that could bring wealth and success. But what we did not know was that us going there, it was not a matter of us getting the protection that we wanted since we were working as thieves. The money, we were going to get it, but we had to pay a heavy price. We went to his house. As for Sekuru Kandoro, he told me that my future was promising, but if I wanted to become a thief for the rest of my life, I was going to commit murder. I was going to kill someone in a robbery that will go wrong, and after killing that person, I was going to rot in jail. So that was what the spirits were saying. The spirits were telling him he had this other glass that he was holding in a very strange, scary way. And he said the glass, the spirit, requires a sacrifice. And indeed, the spirits said that they required a sacrifice. And it was not just a sacrifice. It had to be someone that was close to me, someone whose life was almost intertwined with mine. He said that if I wanted wealth and more money, I had to offer up my wife. At first, I was horrified by the suggestion. Rutendo had done nothing wrong to me, but as the days passed, I could not shake the idea. The temptation was too strong, and the more that I thought about it, the more that it made sense. Me and my wife, we did not have any kids yet, and Rutendo was the only thing that was standing between me and the life that I desired. The moment that you think about doing these money-making rituals, the person that you have to sacrifice, you no longer see them as a human being, but you see them as a commodity, sort of like an animal that is needed for that sacrifice just to become rich. We all want to become rich. I know that. It is just that those ones that criticize, they are the ones that do not have access to those powerful traditional healers. That is what I was thinking at that time. I said that she has to die. Indeed, she has to die. She was standing in between me and my wealth. A few weeks after that meeting, that was when Rutendo fell into a coma. It was a normal coma, and she was rushed to the hospital, and I knew that the process had already begun, even though she was someone that used to be very healthy. 1 minute she was there, and the next minute she was unresponsive. I contacted Sekuru Kandoro, who told me that the ritual needed to be completed if I wanted to fulfill the pact, and my friend was the one who was going to assist me through his rich uncle. We went to his rich uncle's place because he was staying in Brook at that time, and he had some connections, and then I was given some money and we had to prepare. He said that he cannot be part of that ceremony. We had to do this all by ourselves. I was instructed to buy a coffin, and there were men that he brought that were going to help me, and we prepared a coffin. Yes, a coffin. And we were told that for this ritual to be complete, I was supposed to place Rutendo, my wife, in that coffin for 2 hours. The things that happen in our country, they are quite scary. If you have money, you can do anything. As for my wife, she was discharged without any letter from the doctor, and then she was taken to a private facility so that it can be possible for the coffin to be brought into the room where they were keeping her. And when she was taken to that private facility, we were following right behind the ambulance in which was carrying her from the main hospital, a government hospital. Whilst we were there, I was surrounded by some men who were also occultic. They helped me to lift my wife from her body whilst she was still hooked to all of those things that were keeping her alive. And then we had to put her in the coffin, and a lot of people had to be bribed. I still remember that a doctor had to be called. This doctor, he was staying in Kadoma, so he had to drive from Kadoma, and he came to Harare a few days before this occultic ritual. He was also a ritualist. He was the one who was checking up on her when she was in the coffin, if she was still alive, because the healer had said that we wanted her not dead, and we wanted her to be alive, half dead, half alive. She lay there in the coffin for 2 hours. I felt a strange sensation, a mix of fear, guilt, and excitement, as that traditional healer had given me some herbs that I was supposed to place around her. I just do not know, like, if someone is in a coma, if they understand what will be happening to them, if she was hearing what was happening to her. Oh, I feel so sorry for her, but I had to do what I had to do. Otherwise, the spirits, they were going to kill me, because the traditional healer told me that these spirits, they do not want a half job. Once you say you want to do it, you have to do it. Rutendo never woke up. She passed away in early 2015, just like Sekuru had predicted. Her death was ruled as a natural cause, and no one even questioned it. People, they felt sorry for me, calling me a heartbroken husband. Even on her wedding, I vowed that I was never going to get married again. My wife was buried, and from that time until now, I have been dating some other women. The reason as to why I am unable to get married again, it is all because the snake that later appeared in my house, that snake told me that it had been sent to me by that traditional healer. So the snake has not yet showed me the woman that I am supposed to get married to. What happens is that if I am dating a woman, I have to ask that snake if she is the one. The snake will tell me whether she is the one or not. And if the snake says she is not the one, I have to sleep with that woman only 5 times, then I have to dump that woman in the most cruel, heartless way. So after sleeping with them, I will then tell them that I never enjoyed being with them. Most of them, they cry knowing that they have lost a rich man, but they should celebrate, they should thank their God, because by losing me, they would have gained their life. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear brother. That was the translation of the message that was sent to me, hoping that you were able to understand that translation. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world.